So, hey guys, so today I'll be talking about trend line. I'll be talking about trend line. So trend lines are probably the most common form of technical analysis. Like most traders use trend line as a technical tool in order to do their technical analysis in forex trading. So trend line can be divided into two, and you should know it is worthy of note that trend line can be used in a trending market, just as it sound. Trend line can be used in a trending market, so it is either you are using it in a uptrend or a downtrend. So I'm going to be showing you what I mean by in a trending market now. So let's go. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. So I hope you can see my screen now. So let me clear the chart. Let me clear everything that is on the this thing now. So remove. So this is it. So we are on GBP USD forward time frame. You can plot your trend line on any time frame. When we are talking about uptrend, don't forget when we are talking about uptrend, it means that the market is in ascending order. You understand? It means that the market is in ascending order. So in order for you to plot a perfect trend line for a buy, let's go for a buy first. Okay, trend line can be in two forms: the uptrend and the downtrend. Let me type that out: the uptrend and the downtrend. Let me use this: the uptrend and downtrend. So it can be in two forms: the uptrend and the downtrend. The uptrend and the downtrend. And you know that when I'm talking about the uptrend, just as the name sound, uptrend, the market is going to the upside. And when we're talking about the downtrend, the market is coming to the downside. That is, the market is moving in ascending order and descending order. So let's do that on charts now. So don't forget we're on 4 hour time frame. You can do this on any time frame. But how I do my own on trend line is that I do it on I have what I call major trend line, and I also have what I call minor trend line. Don't forget that. So I'm going to explain now. So when I say a major trend line, it is on a bigger time frame. Do you understand? Like a bigger time frame. I'm looking at the market in bigger picture. So when I say a minor trend line, my minor trend line might be on 1 hour time frame or on 15 minutes time frame. You understand? So what I do is that I break my time frame into like sections. So my daily time frame is just to check when I get to technical analysis proper. You understand? We are already in technical analysis class now. So let me just be explaining everything to you. So when I talk about daily time frame, what I use my daily time frame to do is just to check the bigger picture of the market, to see what is happening in the bigger view. You understand, of the market. So I can say, okay, I can see if the market is trending to the downside, if the market is trending to the upside. You get so now I will come down to the 4 hour time frame. After coming down to the 4 hour time frame, then I see the major trend. There's something we call the major trend. I'm going to explain. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to adjust that my trend video. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to add the major trend and the minor trend. When we talk about the major trend, it is in a bigger picture. On the 4 I do my own on 4 hour time frame. So you look at the market in bigger picture, that is in on 4 hour time frame, to check the trend of the market. Like this market now, you should know that. Don't forget that in the bigger picture, from this point now, we already have a high. So the market has not break this high yet. So the market is trending to the downside. You can see the market is trending to the downside. We have high here, we have lower high, we also have lower high, we also have another lower high here. So the market broke this one, and you don't know what is about to happen. What is about to happen here. If I should start the technical analysis now, we can determine what is going to happen in the future. You understand? So that is what technical analysis is telling us. So let me go back to the trend line. trend line. So we have uptrend and downtrend when explaining the trend line. So to plot your trend line, you come to this. I don't want to use this my favorite tool here. So I want to explain how I got this my favorite tool here. So let me just come here. So you can see trend line here. You can see it. This is where I came in. You can see trend line. So it is because I've already added it to my favorite tool. That is why it's showing here. So this is trend line. So you click on trend line. So you pick the first support level, which is the low level, in order to connect. We use trend line to connect support levels when we are talking about uptrend. We connect the troughs. We connect the troughs when we are talking about the uptrend. So you draw and extend to the future. So in order to have a valid trend line, it has to have like two troughs or two peaks. So what I mean by two troughs, this is two troughs, then you extend to the future. So when market comes back on this trend line, you should be expecting to buy. You understand? You should be looking forward to buy on this trend line. You understand now? You should be expecting the market should push to the other side. You understand? So that is what I'm trying to let me widen this. You're going to understand. So you can see how market reacts on this trend line now. You can see. So the first two touches are not relevant. You understand? They are just to determine if the trend line is valid. So now that the trend line is valid, let's wait for more confirmation on this trend line. So you're going to wait if you are trading off the break of the trend line. Okay, don't let me jump into that. So we have two ways of trading trend line, which is the bounce and the break. But let me explain what trend line what trend line looks like on a downtrend. Understand? So let's use this. Let's use this. This is a downtrend from this point to this point. So let's use this. So you already know how I picked my trend line. You come to this level here and you pick up your trend line. You can come here and pick it up here. So you pick. This is a pick. This is another pick. Then you extend to the future. You can see how market reacted on that point. There's something we call there's something we call like extension in the market. That is, market is not like reacting to that point. It is giving you like extra, like Jara. This is it. And you can also call this a fake break. A fake break. You can also call it a fake breakout. So this is it. This can be as a result of news movement. This extension can be as a result of news movement, but you can still see that the trend line is still valid. The market still respect the trend line by going down again. So that is just the trend line. So we already have two valid trend line here. One peak, the other peak here. So this is another touch on the peak, even though it is an overextension. So let's try another one. Let's try another one. Let me delete this. Let's try another one for downtrend, for downtrend. Okay, let's use this. Let's use this. So let's use this. So this is one. This is a peak. This is another peak. So let's pick the two peaks. Let's pick those two peaks. You can see we already have one peak here. We already have one peak here. You can also call this a peak. So market reacted on this, and we have another touch here. We also have another touch here. You can see how market react on that trend line respectively. You can see. So that is how to plot your trend line. So in order to have a valid trend bound, like two touches on that trend line, first of all, before you can know if a trend line is valid or not. So that is that on trend line. And don't forget, okay, let me explain how to trade trend line now. When you are trading trend line, is either you are trending off the bounce or off the break. What do I mean by that? Let me explain that. In Let me explain that by using this one now. I'm coming. So let's assume that okay, let me use this too. Let me use this too. So the market is moving in an uptrend. Market is moving in an uptrend. The market is moving in an uptrend. So market is moving in an uptrend. So let me arrange very well. So very good. So you pick up your trend line, pick up your trend line. This is the low. So you extend it to the future or something like this. So there are two ways of trading trend line, which is trend line. Let me put it out. Trend line bounce, trend line bounce, and trend line, no line break. So this is an example of trend line bounce now. That is, the market is bouncing off the trend line. It is going, it is not breaking the trend line yet. So it is bouncing off the trend line. You can see we have a bounce here. We also have a bounce here. We also have another bounce here. We also have another bounce here. So what do I mean by trend line break now? So this is trend line bounce. Don't forget, this is trend line bounce. What do I mean by trend line break? Let's do that now. Let's do that example now. Let's use parts first of all. So okay, let's do that. Sending market as well. Just so then you can see the market is moving to the upside. So that's that. What do I mean by break? I'm coming. Just chill. Let me. So whenever price comes to this point here, that is, this is when we have a break. You can see we have a bounce here, we have a bounce here, we have a bounce off here. So we have a break here. We have a break here. So how do we trade this break now? How to trade this break is that you wait for a retracement on this level here. That is, you wait for the market to come back to this level here, or you wait for a key level where market is likely going to retest. So let's assume that I'm already teaching you technical analysis now. So let's assume that you have a psychological level here, a psychological level here, and the market comes back. Like the market, let me use arrow. I need arrow. And maybe the market comes back to this point here. Let me use it. The market comes back to that psychological level, then this is going to be your entry point for a short. That is what we call trend line break. That is how to trade trend line break. But this is what we call, this is the point where we call the trend line break. So we have two types of trade. I mean, we have two types of break under this trend line break. Now we have two types of break. So we have the immediate break. Let me delete this. Let me delete this. Coming. Let me delete this. So we have two types of break. We have the immediate break and we also have the break and retest. So when we talk about the immediate break, it means that the market break without returning to that point. That is an immediate break and the market continue in the downward position. This can be as a result of news or it can also be as a result of a normal movement of the market. Do you understand? So this is what we call immediate break. So when we talk about the break and retest, this is what I mean by break and retest. I'm coming. Let me do this again. Okay, we are using for the upside. This is moving to the upside. I'm coming. So when you have something like this, I'm coming. So wait, let me adjust everything now. I'm coming. Let me adjust everything on the trend line. So where's my trend line? Is okay. My trend line is here. So let's use this low. We connect it already. So you can see when we have something like this is what we call break and retest. You can see immediate break, break and retest, immediate break, break and retest. So let me just put it out there. Immediate break, immediate break. Why this? Okay, sorry. So why this is break and retest. So you now understand the difference between immediate break and break and retest now. So there are two types of break, which is the immediate break, and we also have the break and retest. So there are two different things on the trend line now. We have the trend line bounce, we have the immediate break under the trend line break, and we also have the break and retest. So when we talk about the break and retest, this is how it looks like. That is, the market broke out of that trend line and came back to retest on that trend line again. This is what we call break and retest. You can see this is the break to the downside, and this is the retest on the trend line again. This is what we call break and retest. So as times goes on, I'm going to be expanding your knowledge on how the market structure looks like. There are a lot of structure in the forex market. You understand? You might see something like this. I don't want to go more deep for your level. You need to take it level by level. There are a lot of chart patterns that are in the financial market that you are going to see. There are a lot of patterns that you are going to see. What they mean, I'm going to be explaining to you in the future. So that is that on trend line. So this is how to trade trend line. You can trade trend line off the bounce or the break. So we have the two types of break. We have the immediate break and we also have the break and retest. The immediate break is just what's there about the immediate break is if you can't meet up, don't go for immediate break because it's gonna be like so volatile. Let's assume that you enter at this point now, you are waiting for the market to just go in your favor and the market just retest. So it is not a good point of entry. So don't worry, I'm going to explain how you enter trade, what you see in order for you to enter trade. You understand what you're going to be looking out for. What I mean by confluence, I mean what you are going to be looking out for in order to place a trade or in order to enter a trade. So there are a lot of setup in in the financial market, that is look out for big ocean in order to make money. So you don't look out for all these small opportunity. You look out for the big opportunity. Don't look out for the small opportunity. So that is that and that. So let's move on to the next topic. And thank you. I'll meet you in the next class.